Hello, kids. So today we're going to continue with our simulation. Turn to page 8 of your student direction packet, no environmental pressure. We're going to go over the procedures with you. You need with you the lactose intolerant supplemental materials. You're going to turn to the last page, separate that, cut each allele so that you have 8 alleles for the simulation. And you also need your student answer packet. Turn to page 6 where you're going to be recording your data in number 21, 22, and then table 3.2b. And now we're going to model for you what's going to happen.
So you have 8 cards, 4 being dominant, 4 being recessive lowercase l's. What you're first going to do is grab 2 capital L's and 2 lowercase l's and put them together. You're going to shuffle them without looking, and the other cards you can place them on the side. You're going to shuffle the 2 capital L's and the 2 lowercase l's without looking. And once you are done shuffling, we are going to use these cards to determine the alleles for each generation.
You're going to be working with one other member at your team.
Yes, so you pick any partner at your team, and after each generation, you will switch to a new partner. So if you look at your data table 3.1, the initial that they start us off with is a heterozygous, capital L and a lowercase l, and we need to get the data for 5 generations for trial 1. So in order to do that, we did shuffle the cards without looking, and as a group, you need to decide who will be participant A and who will be participant B.
I'll be A.
Okay, and I'll be B. So we're going to flip the top card, and notice how we got 2 lowercase l's. So Miss Kaliski on her data table for generation 1 for trial 1 will write 2 lowercase l's. Now we have to do this again, but for participant B, which will be for me. So we shuffle the cards again, and we place the top card, we turn it over on the table, and now I got 2 lowercase l's again. So I will write 2 lowercase l's on for generation 1. Okay, so now notice what we got from the first generation. So Miss Kaliski got, if you look at her paper, she got 2 lowercase l's. So because she got 2 lowercase l's, for the next generation, she has to change her 4 cards to all lowercase l's. So Miss Kaliski, you're gonna change your original cards.
I'm gonna pull out my dominant cards and put those on the side. And I'm gonna take my lowercase or recessive traits and put them back in the pile. No need to shuffle here though.
Yes, you don't
But
need
you
to
need
shuffle
to
it.
do the same thing, don't
Yes,
you?
I do need to do the same thing. So because I got 2 lowercase l, also I'm going to get rid of the dominant allele, and I'm going to make sure I have all lowercase alleles. So just to understand this a little bit better, if you end up with 2 lowercase l's after a generation, you have to make sure you get all 4 lowercase l's. If you end up with 2 capital L's in a generation, you want to obtain 4 capital L's. And if you get a capital L and a lowercase l after a generation, then you want to take 2 of each. So because we both got 2 lowercase l's after generation 1, we obtained 4 lowercase l's. And we both know that regardless of shuffling this, we're both going to come out with the same odds. So again, we do the same thing now for generation 2. We both flip over a card, and participant A will write this down now into for generation 2, trial 1. And then we shuffle it again. Not that it matters because we only have.
Yeah, I was just wondering, since we already know that the
Yeah.
outcome is just gonna be LLs, can we save time just by
You
filling it into our chart?
Well, no, because after every generation, you're switching to a new partner. So it depends what each person is coming with in their deck of cards.
Got it. That makes sense now.
Yeah,
Thank
so-
you.
So,
So
yes.
let's say this generation, now I have to switch to a new person.
Correct.
So they might have something different.
Correct. So each trial has 5 generations. So after each generation, you're switching to another partner at your table. And then you're collecting the data over 5 generations. After you collect the data for 5 generations, we started again for trials 2 and trials 3. Now notice that when you start each trial again from the beginning, you have to start again with 2 capital L's and 2 lowercase L's in your deck. And you change it as you go from one generation to the next.